Oh.
When I was a youngster, the school ball was the big social event of the town's year.
Yeah, well, nothing much has changed, really, has it?
I don't get into a bingle with the Proddy boys on the way home.
Don't you, Tom?
No, I do.
Tom, Chris, enjoying yourselves, I hope?
Oh, yeah, very much. Brian, I don't think you've met my friend, Sally Downey.
Delighted, Sally.
Same father?
You can always tell a relationship is getting serious when a man introduces you to his priest.
Oh, God. Oh, sorry.
Done very well for the computer centre, Tom.
Yeah?
Just under 10,000 at the fate. Another couple of thousand tonight.
Well done.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, with the diocese matching us dollar for dollar. Looks as if St. Bridget's is about to go high-tech. Well, better keep circulating. Deborah.
Who's that?
Oh, it's,
Deborah Williams, the new principal.
God's name.
Isn't that Monica Draper? It is.
Didn't expect to see you here.
Well, I do have a life outside the force, Tom.
Of course you do.
Look, I'll talk to you in a minute.
Yeah.
This is very kind of you, Tom, but quite unnecessary.
Been a couple of snatch and grabs in St David's recently. Better safe than sorry. Last time I was in here, I got the strap.
That I have no doubt. One step closer to the information superhighway.
What?
Here's the money. We've been robbed.
Right, what time did you put the money in the safe, Mrs. Williams?
It would have been about 6 o'clock. It was just before I went home to change.
Did you see anyone in the corridor?
Yes, there was a senior student and her boyfriend looking for a bit of privacy. I think I sent them packing.
Can we have their names?
Oh, yes, of course, but I don't think they had burglary on their minds. Look, is this going to take much longer? My kids are already late and I have to go back to the school and break the bad news about no new computer centre.
No, this is not going to take much longer. You sure everything was locked up again after you put the money in the safe?
Yes, I am absolutely positive about... Look, Father Brian was there. He'll confirm that.
Who else has keys or access to keys?
Well, a number of staff have keys to the office, but only Brian and I have keys to the safe.
Did you leave the hall at any time?
Yes, I took Rebecca home and then I came back. She was exhausted, poor thing.
What time was that?
About 9:30.
Much appreciated.
Oh, kids, we're running late, please.
Excellent. Sorry.
Inspector!
Morning.
Hi.
Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca.
Auntie Mom's got work to do. We've got to get to school. I'll see you tonight.
Okay.
Morning, ma'am.
Morning, Tom. Well, monthly inspection time again, so I hope all your paperwork's up to date.
I think Falcon Price was our divisional inspector.
You have a problem, Senior Constable Taylor?
No, ma'am.
Well, Inspector Falcon Price is interstate at a conference, so you'll just have to make do with me.
What was all that about?
We have history.
Any news on the St Bridget's bird?
Yes, boss, there's no signs of forced entry to either the office or the safe.
Well, do we know exactly how much they got away with as yet?
Let's see. $9,241.55.
Whoever it was grabbed the cash and didn't bother with the checks. Everything so far points to an inside job.
Come on, you're not seriously suggesting that Deborah Williams robbed her own safe?
There are only 2 keys to that safe. Deborah Williams has one and Father Brian has the other.
But key rings can be borrowed, copies can be made.
Well, not safe keys, unless, of course, you've got a bent locksmith.
I'll get onto it.
Tread carefully. Hadn't realised till I saw you last night that you were a friend of our new school principal's.
Deb and I are at school together.
Really?
She's very upset about this burglary. Stayed up half the night trying to calm her down.
Well, PJ and Robin can bring you up to date on the case if you're interested.
Look, I think it's best if I stay right out of it, given my friendship with Deborah.
If you think so.
Now, how's Robin Taylor settling in?
Oh, she's competent, hard-working.
She has real ability. Is she assisting PJ?
Till Maggie gets back in.
Have you considered McKinley in that role?
Isn't she a bit young?
Oh, she's been with you for 2 years. This is the perfect opportunity for Dash to develop her skills. Now, Robin's only here for a short time, and we all know she'll go far in the force. She doesn't need this opportunity, Dash does.
Oh, fair enough.
I can call the District Detective Inspector, if you approve, of course.
I'll mention it to PJ.
I'm a detective. I'm not a babysitter.
Inspector Draper thinks she should sit before the panel to do the field investigators course.
Well, she can work with the panel.
Come on, PJ, give her a go.
Don't get me wrong, boss. Look, I like Dash. I like her a lot. I just don't think that she's suited to work with CI yet. Now, why is Monica so interested anyway?
She just thinks we should give our junior members a chance to develop their skills. It's not a bad thought.
Maggie could be gone for months, and I'm just getting used to working with Robin.
Dash can observe for a few days.
Why don't I just work alone until Maggie gets back?
You just said yourself she may not be back for months. Look, do you want to tell her or lie? Since you've expressed an interest in CIB work, I'd like you to assist PJ in the St Bridget's burglary. If that works out, we may, just may, let you keep on assisting him until Maggie gets back.
Did PJ have a problem working with me?
No, nothing like that. Look, we've been very happy with the way you fitted in here. Your work's been excellent. It's just that this gives McKinley the opportunity to get a taste for detective work. Inspector Draper felt that...
Did this come from her?
Yes.
Okay, Dash.
All right.
Let's go. Must be my lucky day.
Actually, it's very good timing because I've been thinking about applying to do the field investigators course.
Always happy to assist a fellow sleuth.
Mrs. Williams, that's right. Mrs. Williams came to us and said that you were with her when she deposited the money in the safe. Is that right?
That's right. We counted the money together, then she put the money in the safe and locked up.
Right. And did you go back to the office at any time during the evening?
Well, not until I went there with Tom and discovered we'd been robbed.
Right. Did you ever leave the hall?
Well, I answered the call of nature once or twice. Oh, I went to the presbytery, picked up the prizes for the raffle.
Well, what time was that?
Well, it was drawn at 10, so, what, 9:30?
About 9:30.
Oh, dear, I'm a suspect, aren't I? Oh, Patrick, that's priceless.
Our parish priest is a suspect.
Say it again, boss. 2 keys, 2 key holders, no forced entry, both Mrs. Williams and Father Brian. It means an opportunity.
They could be in it together.
If that's the quality of mind you're going to bring to CIB, McKinley, I'd reconsider your career prospects.
I thought we were supposed to consider all possibilities.
Within reason.
How'd you get on?
Well, our local locksmith hasn't been asked to cut a duplicate safe key. He wouldn't touch it anyway without proper authorisation.
Still think we should check out Father Brian.
He is a priest.
He wouldn't be the first priest with his hand in the ball.
Exactly.
All right, so that leaves Mrs. Williams.
Well,
or
a while
somebody-
ago you said she couldn't be a suspect.
Or somebody else who had access.
First things first, though. Now, let's start with Deborah Williams, who happens to be a friend of you-know-who, which means that somebody in this office is going to have to talk to the inspector.
Your investigation, Hasham.
I understand that you know Deborah Williams quite well, man.
We're old friends, yes. I'm Rebecca's godmother.
Ah. Well, we think the burglary may have been an inside job and that your friend's a suspect. I'm sure that's already occurred to you.
Well, it did, yes, but I dismissed the idea. And if you knew Deborah, you'd know
That's
that
the
she...
point, man. We don't really know her. Now, Mrs. Williams said that you were together all evening. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Except for about half an hour. She took Rebecca home just before 9:30.
So what time did she get back to the ball?
Well, soon after 10.
Huh. She's separated, right, from her husband of late?
Kevin, yes.
Has that presented any financial difficulties at all?
Well, not to my knowledge. But I'm her friend, not her accountant.
All right. Thanks for your help. Let's get back to it.
PJ, I will, of course, stay out of your way in this investigation. I've complete confidence that you'll do your job without fear or favour. And when you do, you'll find that Deborah had nothing to do with this.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm laying low. Monica Draper's got it in for me. Every time she sees me, she gives me something useless to do. She had me going through lost property this morning.
Yeah? I always thought she was pretty reasonable.
Oh, yes, she is, till you get in their bad books.
Oh, then what happened?
Look, Dash, if Draper likes you, the sky's the limit. If she doesn't, she goes out of her way to make life hard.
She wouldn't do that.
Well, that's easy for you to say. You're off playing cub detective and I'm going through the odd socks in the property case.
And I'm back in uniform helping out CI.
Hey, Benjamin.
Yes, mate.
Mate, can you do me a favour? Get me a 465 warrant, bank accounts, Father Brian and Deborah Williams.
I can do that for you.
Yep.
It'd be pretty silly to bank the proceeds of a burglary.
We see, mate, it's a way of finding out whether either of them is seriously short of cash. Leads to motivation.
Yeah, well, maybe we should speak to the husband about Deborah's financial situation.
Do you know if she has any financial difficulties?
She shouldn't have. She emptied our joint account the day before she told me the marriage was over.
Did you have any warning that the marriage was in trouble?
No. 2 beautiful kids, nice home, no debts. Where's the trouble in that?
you mind telling me where you were last night?
No, not at all. I was here working late.
Can anyone verify that?
Not really, no. I was working here by myself. Made a few phone calls, I suppose. Why do you ask?
Well, someone broke into the safe at St Bridget's last night.
Hi, Dad.
Hello, Princess. You wagging it?
No, it's curriculum day. I've got the rest of the day off.
Does your mum know you're here?
She thinks I'm at the library.
Yeah, well, we might give her a ring, let her know where you are, eh? In the meantime, the net awaits you. Surf away.
Mr Williams, if you don't mind me asking, how do you get along with your ex-wife?
Look, do you mind if we continue this out the back? Becky's a bit upset about the split as it is.
Sure, no problem.
So, what sort of things do you like to do on the net?
Lots of different things. Chat lines mostly.
Oh, me too. Who do you chat to?
Kids like me. Kids whose mum and dads are broken up.
Must have been tough when your parents broke up.
It's not fair, you know. Why do people get married and have kids if they're not even going to stay together? Dad reckons marriage should be forever, like the church says.
Right, well, thanks very much for your help. Much appreciated.
Not at all.
Would you mind if I asked your daughter a couple of questions?
No.
Appreciate it. Is that okay, Rebecca? Now, your mum says that she took you home from the dance about 9:30. Is that right?
Yeah.
Did you drive her straight home?
Yeah, she dumped me with Luke's babysitter and shot off again. Don't know why.
Okay. Thanks. See ya.
Yeah. These are the details of Deborah Williams' local bank account. We're still checking to see if she's got any other accounts at other banks.
Good on you.
Thanks, mate. Oh, I'll take that one. Thanks.
Yeah, all the transactions in the past month are all debits.
Doesn't necessarily mean she's guilty.
No. And she needs the money, though. Account's practically empty.
Yeah, but so am I. Doesn't make me a thief.
You know, everyone seems to agree that Deborah left about 9:30, got back to the hall about 10, right?
Hmm.
Well, it's not going to take that long for her to go home. I mean, let's say 6 or 7 minutes each way, a couple of minutes to settle the kid.
So that would leave her about 15 minutes to go to the office, open the safe, and take the money.
Oh, Detective, I didn't take that money. Why would I have any need to take that money?
Your bank account suggests otherwise.
I am paid monthly. The account is always low at about this time.
The account's normally this low, is it?
My husband and I recently separated. I've had a few extra expenses. Look, Detective, I'm up to my neck in work here, and this burglary hasn't helped things at all. Now, I'm perfectly willing...
You had means and opportunity. Your bank account suggests you had motivation, so...
Are you going to arrest me?
No.
Fine. Then would you both mind leaving? I have a school to run.
She claims you harassed her.
She's being very evasive.
Well, Deborah's been through a great deal lately. The marriage breakup and now this burglary.
She's also a most likely suspect, ma'am.
There's no need to harangue her.
Well, with all due respect, ma'am, is there one rule for your friends and one rule
PJ,
for...
that's uncalled for.
If you think she's guilty, let me hear your case against her.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Now, one minute you're saying you're not going to interfere, the next minute you're interfering. I'm just trying to do my job.
So am I, PJ. But I'm also a friend. I'll try and sort out my priorities. If I cross the line, you have my permission to tell me to butt out, okay?
Sorry to interrupt. Just got the details from Father Brian's bank account. Seems he made a very large deposit this morning.
Father, how did you come by this money? I've been putting a bit by.
$12,000 is a very large deposit.
It's the money for my mother's hip replacement. She's been on a waiting list for years. I decided to go to a private hospital.
Parish priests aren't exactly well off. I mean, where did you get $12,000
I
from?
managed to save a shilling here and there.
That's enough of the fancy footwork. Where did you get the money from?
By the grace of the good Lord.
The good Lord doesn't usually dispense his grace in the form of banknotes.
Well, that depends on the power of your faith and how well you know the horses.
You won it at the races.
Long shot last week and a quaddie on the weekend.
Congratulations.
You can prove this?
Yeah, that might be difficult.
Well, where'd you place the bet?
Well, that's the difficulty. He's not officially licensed.
You're not going to claim seal of the confessional, I hope.
I suppose I could. He is a parishioner.
Ted Garrison down at the Barbers.
Well, now, you've guessed, so no confidence broken.
We're going to have to check it out.
Could I see you for a moment, please?
Excuse me.
Of course. You'll want a list of the horses and race meetings, I suppose? That's how it's usually done, I think. Saintly Progress was the 100 to 1 that came.
All right, I'll get the details from Father Brian. You two have got a job to attend.
I can't. I just can't, all right?
It's all right. Look, I'll tell them. Deborah's being blackmailed. This arrived in today's post.
Give me $10,000 or I'll tell the school, the church and the whole town about you and your dyke copper girlfriend.
I received the first letter about 10 days ago.
So what did you do?
I tore it up.
You didn't meet the blackmailer's demands?
I don't happen to have a spare $10,000 lying around, Detective, as you no doubt would appreciate from prying into my financial affairs.
Mrs. Williams, do you have any idea who this person might be?
No. Oh, can I get a cup of tea or something?
Sure. Mrs. Williams, these are pretty intimate accusations. I have to ask you, do they have any foundation in fact?
If you're asking whether or not I'm gay, Detective, the answer's yes.
Do you think it's true?
That was true.
About Monica, you know, the letter.
Who knows?
What do you think, Robin?
If it's about Monica Draper, I don't want to know.
What's your problem with her anyway?
I don't have a problem.
Yeah, but you don't really like her.
Look, I had a run-in with her a few years ago, that's all. Then I went for a posting. Everyone thought I was a shoo-in for the job, but no, Monica Draper was on the panel. Surprise, surprise, somebody else got the position.
Well, they might have been the best person for the job.
Maybe.
Was it a guy who got the posting?
No, it was a woman.
Thank you, is there anyone else in town that might know?
That I'm a lesbian, Detective? Look, obviously it's not easy being gay in a country town, particularly when one is also a principal of a Catholic school, but I have been extremely discreet. At least I was. Now everybody seems to know about it. But as far as who I might have told, Monica, obviously.
Anyone else?
My husband. I owed it to him to let him know the real reason why I was leaving the marriage. He thought it was him.
Oh, could he be the one doing this, blackmailing you?
Oh, no, I doubt he'd do something like this. I mean, he's been through a bit of a rough patch recently, but no, I don't think so.
Right, now, both blackmail demands are for $10,000, is that right?
Yes.
OK, so $10,000 was taken from the safe?
I am not a thief, Detective. I did not take that money.
Can I point out that Miss Williams is here as the victim of blackmail?
Well, raising the blackmail money may have been a motive for the burglary.
This is utterly ridiculous.
Well, Mrs. Williams, your account indicates a substantial cash outflow in recent weeks.
Yes, but not to a blackmailer. Look, can I go now? I'm running late for the kids. You know how Lukey gets if I'm late.
I just need to ask a couple more questions, Maggie.
Well, look, don't worry. I'll pick up Luke and Rebecca. Dash your driver. I'll get Stuart to send someone else in. How do you feel about applying for the field investigators course sometime soon?
Well, I hadn't really thought about it.
Well, you should. I think you do well. I'll be happy to back your senior sergeant's recommendation. Isn't that Kevin with the children?
Monica?
Kevin, what are you doing with the children?
Well, Rebecca came around to the shop. Deborah wasn't there to pick them up.
Deborah asked me to do that.
Well, she's still at work.
She's a bit tied up at present.
Isn't she always?
Where's Mum? I want to go with Danny Mon. Let's stay with Dad. No.
Gee, thanks, Monica. Thick as thieves your type, aren't you?
What type's that?
Well, what the good citizens of Mount Thomas would say.
About what? Come on, kids.
Tell you what, Mr. Williams. Why don't you drop the kids off at the station and we'll follow you? Give us a chance to check a few things with you.
We had our problems, I suppose, like any marriage, but on the whole, I'd say we had a pretty good relationship. It's That's why I was surprised when she decided to call it quits.
You must have been pretty angry.
Yeah? I mean, wouldn't you be? Your wife tells you she's a dyke and the marriage is over.
Angry enough to send her this is not particularly flattering, is it?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Mr. Williams, have you ever told anyone about your wife's sexual preferences?
Now, why would I do that? I mean, look, I don't want to get around that my wife's a dyke.
That's not what you suggested to Inspector Draper when we stopped you.
Yeah, well...
Are there grounds for holding Deborah any longer? I mean, she'll be wanting to take the children
I'm
home.
afraid there's been a complication.
It turns out that Deborah Williams did have another bank account, which she hadn't told us about.
Not only that, $800 was withdrawn from that account at an ATM at Mount Thomas late last night.
The account was opened in Melbourne about 6 months ago. The bank cited your passport and driver's licence.
Did you withdraw any money from any of your accounts late last night?
No, I didn't.
May we have a look at any bank cards, please?
Okay. Perhaps we should do a full search if that's going to make you happy, all right?
And which one's your Melbourne account?
Oh, there should be 3. The other one must be at home somewhere.
All right, they don't match. So, when you find the card, would you mind dropping it in?
Yes, of course, that's all right.
Those the school keys?
Yes, they're all there from the stick room to the safe.
So, if someone lost a key to a room, would you lend them yours?
Oh, no, I'd go with them to unlock the door. I mean, it's quite inconvenient, but I'm very security conscious.
Could you show me what they're for?
Oh. Okay, that's my office. That's the school secretary's office. That's the staff room. That's the sick bay. That's the safe. And this is a...
What's that one for?
It's a locker key. I've never seen this before. I don't know anything about this.
Well, the locker contained not only the missing money, but an extra $800, and this is money that you took from an ATM last night.
I didn't withdraw any money.
Deborah, what's going on?
All right, there probably is something you need to know. I set the Melbourne account up as it's sort of a safety valve. There's cash that Kevin didn't know about. It was going to be my escape fund. I was involved with someone, a woman down in Melbourne.
Right, so why didn't you tell us this before?
Trying to keep my private life out of it, I guess.
Well, it's a bit late for that now.
We met each other about 3 years ago. I found myself attracted to her and we started an affair.
Did Kevin know about this?
No, not at all. Right up until the time that I told him I was leaving, he thought the marriage was in fine shape. I mean, it probably was for him. I just couldn't pretend anymore, really.
All right, we're going to need phone number and name of this woman. Okay?
Well, she's not going to have anything good to say about me because we split up. 3 years of seeing each other in secret, and then we're finally free to be together and we go off the rails.
How long ago did you split up?
Oh, it was just last week. She wasn't very happy about it. That's where the missing 15 minutes went on the night of the burglary, Detective. She called me on my mobile as I was on my way back to the dance. And naturally, of course, I pulled over to the side of the road and listened to her ravings for 15 minutes.
So could she be the blackmailer, this woman?
No, it's not really her style.
Does she have access to this extra bank account?
I'm the only one who knows anything at all about that account.
Your bookie confirmed your story. He reckons you got the luck of the devil.
Well, it's good to know I'm out of the frame, Tom. Town's abuzz with rumours that you're about to charge Deborah. Is that true?
She's still helping us with our inquiries.
Does that mean yes?
It means she's still helping us with our inquiries.
It's just that, well, you know what the rumour mill's like.
Oh, yes, the Mount Thomas jungle drums.
There's a lot of speculation. Some of it pretty unsavoury. I had a hard enough time with the school board when she separated from Kevin. And if this develops into a full-scale scandal, it could be taken out of my hands. The sooner it's settled, the better.
Fairfield CIB have checked out Deborah's jilted ex. It seems that she's got an airtight alibi for all of Sunday and Monday.
Any news on the withdrawal from the ATM?
Well, Deborah still denies taking the money, but the bank are going to check to see whether the transaction was photographed.
So where does that leave us?
Well, I think that Deborah robbed the safe to pay the blackmailer. That being Kevin. Either that, or he's responsible for the whole thing.
The blackmail and the burglary.
Well, Kevin has the most to gain if Deborah's found guilty. She'll lose her job. If there's a hearing in the family court, she could lose custody of the kids.
Is he that calculating?
Well, I've known Kevin for a very long time. I'd have to say, yes, he is capable of it.
Not only am I guilty of blackmail, but I somehow broke into a safe, planted the money in a locker, and then I put a key into Deb's bag. When exactly am I supposed to have done all this?
I don't know. You know, I don't know, so that's why you should tell us.
I told you. I was working here Sunday night. Look, I mean, you can check my computer logs. Ring Telstra if you don't believe me. I made 3 or 4 phone calls from here that night.
Oh, don't worry, we'll be checking.
Why would I do all this?
To get custody of your kids?
I can see them whenever I like.
Revenge?
Monica Draper's put you up to this, hasn't she? Look, she'd do anything to get her old friend Debs off the hook.
No, we're still making inquiries, Mr.
No,
Williams.
she's setting me up. Not only does she steal my wife, she gets the local coppers to frame me.
Are you seeing anyone at the moment?
Is that relevant?
Well, any other person that knows about your sexuality could be a potential blackmailer.
No, I'm not seeing anybody.
Your husband seems to be under the impression that, you...
Monica? Oh, please. Oh, sweetie, what's the matter? Have you hurt yourself?
Everybody at school is saying you're a leso.
What's leso, Mum?
Oh.
It's a woman who does it with another woman. It's disgusting.
Rebecca, that's quite enough, thank you. Hey, Lukey, look, why don't you pop upstairs and just take your school clothes off, all right?
I don't have to go back.
No, you don't have to go back. Okay?
I'm going to stay with Dad.
You're going to stay right here.
Try and make me.
Look, I'll have a talk to her, all right? McKinley, you better come with me. Rebecca? Rebecca, love. You mustn't listen to what people say. It's hard for your mum, too.
Go away! Just go away! You took Mum from us. I hate you, Auntie Monica. I hate you. I never want to see you again.
Oh, I'm sorry about all of that before. It's a difficult situation for me. Ruins the image. I've been impressed with your work, Dash. You've got the instinct for criminal investigation, and you struck me as an ambitious young woman. Now, if you're serious about a career, as opposed to just a job, that's the way to go. Well, that is what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, I want a career. Yeah, it's just that I also want a relationship when the right man comes along.
I see.
I'm not quite sure how the two go together.
Yeah, I agree. It's difficult. None of us can wait forever for this man to arrive. And you are too bright to put your life on hold for someone you haven't even met yet. You can do better for yourself than that.
Boss.
What the hell are you...
Yeah, can I have a quick word?
Is this about applying for the field investigator's course?
No, not exactly.
Inspector Draper thinks it'd be a really good career move.
Yes, that's the problem.
McKinley, I'd prefer not to spend the next half hour playing guessing games.
I know, this is really difficult. I could be imagining it, but, I think she might be coming on to me.
What?
Well, you know, I really want to do the course, but not if I've got to, you know, if there's a prize.
I've never known Inspector Draper to be anything other than scrupulously correct and fair.
Oh, yeah, and I admire her. It's just that with all these rumours, it kind of complicates things. I'm just feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Because she's our boss, you know, I can't just tell her to rack off.
Why didn't you say something?
Disparity of rank, for one thing.
Poor kid.
She's hoping it's all in her imagination.
I know the rumour mill's been busy since I arrived, but my interest in McKinley's strictly professional.
Well, I was sure that'd be the case.
Tom, I'm not gay. And if I were, I'd say so.
Sorry to interrupt. This just arrived at the presbytery.
Pushed under the door.
Do you mind, Father? We'll look after this now. Of course, Tom.
If this wasn't such a pathetic fake, it'd be almost flattering.
Any kid with a computer could run you up one of these.
Just need the photos to start with.
When you and Mrs. Williams arrived at St. Bridget's ball, wasn't Richard Elliot bouncing around taking happy snaps?
That's a good place to start.
It was the usual dinner dance sort of gig. Shots for the newsletter, headshots. I try and pick up a bit extra cash by selling shots of couples at the dinner table.
Right. Did you take any photos of Deborah Williams that night?
The new principal, yeah. I got quite a few of it.
Right, can we see them?
Sure.
Do you know Mrs. Williams very well?
Well, just to look at. Well, that's weird. Sure, I put the negatives in here yesterday.
And could you have misplaced them?
Do you have any other photos of Mrs. Williams?
Just the ones at St. Bridget's.
What about a proof sheet?
Gone too.
Did you get all this gear?
Oh, I picked it up locally.
Apart from the programs, the hard disk drive's been wiped clean.
Hey, I'm a tidy man. What can I say?
We'll have to send these computers off to computer crime section, see what they can find.
Look, I've got a business to run here. You can't just steal my computers.
Well, if they check out, you'll have them back in a couple of days. I reckon he's playing games with us.
Yeah? And if computer crime don't come up with anything... You know, it'd be really helpful to, actually find out how we got into the safe.
He'd have to have the keys.
Well, how would he get the keys?
Well, Kevin couldn't go and take them out of Deborah's bag. She'd notice that.
Yeah, that's right. It'd be too obvious, but, well, there'd have to be someone else there, wouldn't there?
So, someone that she wouldn't mind hanging around a bag. Maybe at the ball. Someone like Monica or Rebecca. So what were you doing for most of the fundraising night?
Hanging around was a bit boring. No friends, you know.
It's a pity your dad wasn't there. You could have had a dance with him.
He wasn't there.
So, do you remember what you were doing, say, around about 9:15? That was just before your mum took you home. You see, no one remembers seeing you for a bit, and then all of a sudden you were there.
Toilet, I guess.
You didn't take the keys from your mum's bag and give them to your dad waiting outside, did you? All right. Interview suspended at 3:58 p.m. to make further inquiries.
How's it going? Mount Thomas Police, Constable Lawson speaking. Yeah? Okay, yeah, I'll let him know. Thank you. That was Richard Elliot, Dash. He's found the missing photos on his computer.
All right, now I'll grab PJ. Can you tell the inspector that we'll be back?
Yeah, sure.
My assistant took the proof sheet to test out the new scanner and forgot to tell me.
Seems our thief didn't know either.
Well, all the missing photos are on this file. There must have been something else pretty important for him to go to all the trouble of flogging the negs. Look, there's the photo of Deborah and the inspector that was used. Check this one out.
That's Rebecca.
Yeah, it looks like she's taking the keys out of Deborah's handbag.
Kevin must have been waiting just outside.
Yeah, so when he scanned the photo, he would have noticed Rebecca there.
Well done.
Rebecca, can you confirm for the tape this is a photograph of you?
Yes.
And what were you doing in the photograph?
Well, she was getting money out of my bag for a drink. I remember she asked me.
Please let Rebecca answer for herself.
What were you doing, Rebecca?
Getting Mum's keys.
Why? And in this one, you're leaving the hall. Can you tell us where you're going?
Becca.
It's all right. Just tell us what happened.
Daddy said he'd fix it so everything would be all right.
And did he say why he needed the keys?
To get into Mum's office. To put cards and flowers and chocolates everywhere. So you'd know how much he loves you. And take him back.
When you heard about the break-in, didn't you wonder?
Daddy said when he got to the office, somebody was already there. He came away. And now you're never gonna get back together. He told me. Because of you and Auntie Maud. It's all been for nothing.
I don't want Rebecca involved in this.
Well, you should have thought of that before you got your daughter involved in a burglary, sir.
When Rebecca realised you conned her and why, she told us the whole story. She's pretty disgusted with you.
You're facing some very serious charges. We've got burglary, theft, blackmail.
Did you ever stop to think what damage you were doing to Rebecca and Luke by spreading these false rumours
They're
about
not
your wife?
false.
But they're extremely hurtful.
They came home from school the other day in tears because the other kids were calling Deborah names.
Yeah, well, they should know the truth about their mother.
Oh, really? What is that, Mr. Williams?
Look, she was going to keep my kids. Bloody dyke.
I don't understand. Dad said that you and Auntie Mum were going to live together and that you didn't want Luke Rye to live with you.
He was lying, Becca. Just like he lied about the safe. He probably did it to try and stop you from loving me. The really silly part is that he probably did it because he loves you so much.
But you're lesbians, aren't you?
Mother and I are friends, Becca. Nothing more than that.
I am a lesbian, yes, Becca. And I'm very sorry that I didn't tell you before. It's just... I guess I just didn't realise that you were old enough to handle the truth, that's all. And there are people in the world who just don't understand, like your dad.
Don't. He's my dad and you heard him. It's not supposed to be that way.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so Kevin admits the robbery and blackmail and says he took Deborah's key card from a bag when he was dropping off the kids.
I thought he didn't have access to that account.
He says he knew about it all the time. You know, he knew that Deborah has no memory for numbers. So when he wanted to use the card, he just punched in a couple and he gets the PIN number.
All right, fine. What about his alibi?
Oh, he's gluey. He made sure his neighbour saw him at work at 9 o'clock. Then he programmed the computer to make phone calls while he was out.
Lawson.
I'm sorry, boss. I didn't know that.
Deb, I'm sorry, Deb.
Get him out of here,
Go so far,
William.
Deb.
All right, Dana.
Becky. Becky, I
Come
don't know
on.
what to say.
You all right? I know how you must feel.
You don't.
Yeah, you're right, I don't. But I know that your mum is still your mum, no matter what.
But she's a lesbian.
Yeah. But she's still the same person she always was.
My dad said...
I know. And I know that you love him because he's your dad. But he let you down. Maybe you should give your mum a break. Rebecca, she's still your mum. And she loves you. And it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks.
I understand you're concerned about the nature of my interest in you.
Oh, yeah, look, Inspector, I'm very, very flattered. It's just that I'm straight.
And so am I. And I'd never mix relationships with work.
Oh,
Part of my job is to foster talent. You're bright, keen, energetic. If I can help to fast-track your career, I will. But it's purely professional, OK?
OK.
And Dash, good work.
Boss, I was wondering, because I'd still like to apply to do the course.
Inspector Draper's already made a formal application. I'd put in my 2 cents worth.
Thank you.
You've come a long way in 2 years.
You know, it really gets to me. A single woman who shows strength and independence always gets labelled a lesbian. Now, I'm not, you're not. Tom's not.
Yeah,
Tom's
I'm
not.
right off women at the moment.
Are you?
And Monica Draper's not
Exactly.
either. Mind if I have a word?
Hey, PJ, what do you reckon? Dash going to make a great detective one day, or what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she did a good job, didn't you,
So
Dash?
burglary then?
But
What about faking that disgusting photograph?
Well, that comes under the blackmail charge.
Will it need to be made public?
It's up to the DPP, but I think we've got enough without it.
Good. And if Deborah's discreet, I think I can save a job.
Like, homosexuality is forbidden by the church.
Not quite. The church forbids homosexual activity. Besides, I owe it to her. She came to see me when she got that first blackmail letter. I advised her to ignore it. We tore it up together. Yeah, I should have come and seen you then.
So you've known about this all along? What about the possible scandal?
Well, I can explain a great deal, including the gossip, as a deeply hurt and unhappy man going through the traumas of a broken marriage.
Yeah, that's very broad-minded of your father.
I do have my moments.
Mind you, I do seem to remember reading somewhere that if a man's religion gets in the way of his humanity, then there's something wrong with his religion.
I'm into that. And if I'm not mistaken, it's your shout.
Oh, what, again? You're the one who had the big win on the horses.
Get your hand in your pocket.